Next up, we've got Philly taking on the Islanders. 53-54 on your rotation here. It is Philadelphia about -160 to -165 here as road favorites. The total currently 6.5 in this game. That one is about even money, actually slightly shaded to the over, about -110, -115, couple -120s out there when it comes to the total. There's 6.5 in that game, and yeah, you can kind of understand why the total's 6.5 when you got the New York Islanders involved. We've said it all season long. This is a team that, what can you say? I mean, defensively, just nowhere to be found. It's been another little late season surge to the over for the New York Islanders in recent games as well. They've played 3 straight overs, all of those games getting to 7 goals or more, and 7 goals or more cashes you an over tonight. 4-3 at Ottawa, 5-4 loss to Toronto, 4-3 loss at New Jersey. And the shot counts remain, you know, ridiculous for the Islanders. They're giving up 41, 36, 32, 35 shots their last 4 games. Penalty kill's been terrible again. What else is new? They're giving up at least 1 power play goal in 6 straight games. That's not going to get the job done. On the flip side, though, the Islanders have scored 4 power play goals in their last 3 games. So the power play's clicking, the penalty kill not clicking for the New York Islanders, and it hasn't clicked all season long. That's a problem here against this Philadelphia team. We know Philadelphia capable of putting the puck in the net. In fact, offensively, it's been a nice run for the Philadelphia Flyers. 7 of their last 9 games, the Flyers have scored 3 goals or more. They'd had a nice 4-3 overtime win against Boston, that Bruins team that just never, ever dies in a game. They just don't ever tell the Bruins they're out of a hockey game because they just don't believe it. Every time they're down, they find a way to somehow rally back. Incredible tying goal in 3 seconds left in the third period on Sunday to force overtime, and Flyers able to win on a Claude Giroux goal to survive. A great effort from the Bruins in a game that Flyers led pretty much most of the way. So big win for Philadelphia here. They're another team that's battling with Pittsburgh, Columbus, that group in the Metro division for positioning. One team's going to be second in the Metro, one team's going to be third in the Metro, and one team will fall down to that first wild card spot in the East. So it's all about positioning, really, for the Flyers. And who do you want to play? Where do you want to end up? That's your motivation right now at this stage if you're the Flyers. Although they haven't officially clinched a playoff spot yet either. So it's going to happen, obviously, but chances are it's got a good chance of happening here. They should beat this woe-begotten Islanders team. But yeah, it's not quite official. It will be. So you got to keep trying to win, keep trying to put 2 points on the board if you're the Philadelphia Flyers until you are absolutely 100% in the postseason. So that's going to be something you want to watch out for tonight and moving forward. See how quickly the Flyers can punch their playoff ticket officially and clinch this playoff spot. Probably a good chance to do it here. It's just a little north of my price range, my target range. As I've said, -150 is usually the cutoff, but I think Flyers get the win here in this game. And from a totals perspective, it's probably for me at this point with the Islanders, from what I've seen, bad penalty kill, giving up too many goals, giving up too many shots still nightly. It's probably over or pass for me from a totals perspective. Dana Lane, this is another one of his games, Flyers and Islanders. Dana, what do you see here?
Yeah, I mean it's all those reasons, Ian, is exactly why I'm going with the play that I am tonight. And in fact, you talked about the power play unit earlier on. I mean, you can even go back in the last 9 games, and they have 13 power play goals in the last 9 games. So you guys have been watching a while. You know how I feel about teams on the power play and betting overs and or betting over or under based upon how well their success rate on the special teams. And certainly the Islanders at this point would be a team that you could count on 1, maybe 2 goals, and you probably could count on them giving up at least 1 or 2 goals. So that really makes our total a lot smaller at that point, even though it's at 6.5. The Islanders are ninth in the league right now in home scoring, while ranking 23rd in goals allowed at home. So that also bodes well for the over as well. Flyers have allowed over 3.17 goals per game on the road this season, which is 25th, which is also bodes well for the over in this. Of course, in previous shows, it's been well documented how I feel about the Islanders defensively. I always feel like that they're out of place. I feel like they don't get enough sticks in the lane. I feel like sometimes they're lethargic. Sometimes I think they take increments of time off during the game. That's just not a team that I want to play under, which I've done in previous games. But as the season goes on, I just feel like they're absolutely getting worse and are counting down to the end of the year. And they but offensively, which is really what they care about. I mean, that top line of Lee and Tavares and Eberle, they've been sensational. In fact, that they average 33 goals between the three of them. So, you are going to get a fair shake with the Islanders on the offensive end. But this series has been an over series for a very long time. In fact, 20 of the last 27 times these two teams have played, the game has gone over. So the 6.5 does not scare me. I think that you're going to probably, after it's all said and done, when you take away power play points, really you're just asking your 5-on-5 units to probably cover 4.5 at the very least. So I'll take the over in tonight's game.
Yeah, whenever I take an over 6.5, I just remind myself because I know it's a scary plateau for some people to think they can overcome it or hurdle over it. But I just always tell myself, just get each of these teams to 3 goals and you're a winner. Because that's what it's going to take. Just get me a 3-3 hockey game, and we get there. Because a game can't end 3-3. It's got to go to overtime. It's got to go to a shootout, and you're going to get that 4-3 for somebody, and it's going to go over the total. I think you got a good chance to do that here in this
Well,
game for sure. So
the other thing too is, Ian, that you know people forget about is this time of year, not necessarily in this game, but in games involving teams that absolutely have to win, we always are forgetting about not only the potential of one but two empty netters at the end. I mean, that really could push obviously your game over the total. So you also have to kind of figure that in if you think the game is close. I don't think this game's going to be close, but in other games that you might not want to go over the total of six. You have to remember, man, if there's a team in desperation, you could see two empty netters at the end.
I think this game might be close. I still say Flyers win this game, but I think this game still might be close. Flyers are not rarely that pull away from you and beat you down kind of team. And the Islanders actually last 2 games 5-4, 4-3 losses to prospective playoff teams, Toronto and New Jersey. So 1-goal losses. They were in the game both times. So this may not be a cakewalk here for the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. We'll see, but certainly a game you'd like to think if you come out and play your best, you're going to be able to get the victory. And that's a good point about the empty net goals. And I was going to save this till next Tuesday's playoff preview show, and I was going to mention it then, but I'll say it now. These playoff elimination games, when you see it, when the series gets to 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, or a game 7, 3-3, you're not going to see me betting these elimination games under the total. You're just not going to see me doing that because 5-5.5, you're probably going to see a little bit deflated totals come playoff time because they adjust just a little bit. I don't know because there was an uptick in scoring this year. Where are those totals going to be come playoff time is interesting, but you could be sitting there 3-1, with 3 minutes to go in the third period of elimination game. The team that's down 3-1, battling for their lives, pulls the goalie early, scores 3-2. There's still 2 minutes left or change on the clock. Then you get an empty net goal or a tying goal to beat you. So there you go. I mean, you could have all kinds of shenanigans just explode in those final couple of minutes, send a under game and turn it into an over game, especially in elimination games when a team is just fighting like mad to keep their season alive and will do everything. Pull the goalie early, throw the kitchen sink at the opposing goaltender, everything to try to tie the game. And that's the concern, especially in the elimination games in the playoffs that I have with with betting unders. I mean, it's a legit concern. It's a legit point, a valid point, one worth mentioning for sure.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.